Hi guys, I'm Tammy. I'm with Mandy from Seek Heavenly Things. I'm part of the 12. I just want to reiterate just to take it to Yeshua, okay? Pray about this. And I really want you guys to really listen to the words that he is speaking through Mandy. And all these posts or these videos are posted on Mandy's page. And also I have a YouTube page as well if you want to read them. Anywho, so this was reposted on Mandy's YouTube page on 12/22. God's physical calendar is 5/2. God's spiritual calendar is 10/2. God's true Gregorian calendar is 7/9. This was given to Mandy on 6/19 of this year, part 26. God's physical calendar is 5/11. God's spiritual calendar is 9/11. Here we go. The enemy calls for it, all of this deception that I allow, and he mocks my true creation. He also puts a lot of truth with something false. That way you will be scared to look at the truth because it has been associated with the false. Because when you associate something that is the truth with something that is false, you will automatically think that that truth is false and you will not look into it. That's what that was the devil. I can't talk. That was the devil's design the entire time. Why do you think they have mocked my heavenly signs, astronomy with astrology? Why do you think they have made so many false religions, putting some truth inside that religion? So you wouldn't look into my truth when I was ready to teach them to you. Doesn't that make sense? Of course, anyways, because they do not want my people to know the truth of how your God is fun and loving, and he writes heavenly things in the signs he is using. So I have a lot of plans for my people right now. This is the introductory phase, and this is the building up phase. My people have been teared down for so long. You accuse them of so many things, and you do not even truly know them or their hearts. But I am doing all of this, children, because you're about to see a lot of things that you think inside your own heart are about somebody else, and it is not what they are doing or is not what they are thinking at all. So this is a wake-up call for many of you, because you're about to see that most of you do not have a relationship with me at all in this realm. But yes, I do know you because you were all created from the original kingdom, but every single realm you have to come back to me. You have to recognize me, that I have finished everything on the cross. Yeshua HaMashiach, I come in the flesh, bled, and died on the cross and rose on the third day. So your father, he is going to go to great lengths to show you the truth with the supernatural, so you guys can finally see what kind of God I truly am, that I have never wanted wrath for my people, that I didn't even make the lake of fire for my people. So after the building up phase, we go into the second phase. The second phase is going to be the final exam that comes on the world. But that is when I turn the dial back, and you're going to see a lot of hate growing in all of the worlds. Because that seed is still planting in my people that I need the seed to plant in, because I'm going to make that seed grow. But you're going to see I am going to be setting up many groups, testing my people to see which group is correct. You won't remember any of this because it's part of your final exam, so you won't know about the wineskin process. But obviously, I have already explained how important the wineskin process is. But during this final exam, I will be setting up multiple groups, and they all will be showing the supernatural. So it will be hard for you to discern whether or not who is true or who is false. You see, I have all of these things planned. Just like every single thing that you see is happening now is planned as well. And there are some groups that are going to be shown in their upgraded bodies, but then there will be some groups that will be shown in their glorious bodies. And then I will have other groups as well based on your positions in heaven and things that I have created for the battle lines. So as I turn the dial back and we start teleporting to wake up family and friends, I will also be showing the upgraded bodies as well, where it's just a younger version of yourself, but still recognizable. I have lots of plans for my people because it is my job to wake everybody up and unblock their frequencies. And this is why I'm going to such great lengths to use all of my people to do it. Most of the world is asleep and they can't recognize my voice or my true character. So I need all of my people to help me so we can all wake up my people so they can all be saved. And this is why every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that I, Yeshua HaMashiach, who comes in the flesh, bled, and died on the cross and rose on the third day, is your Lord. So when I turn the dial back, and the people who remember that we were just in the future, they will be ready to be called up. And I will use them all as my witnesses after they complete their training in heaven. And then when they come back, they will teach others and share their supernatural experiences and teach my people that after finishing all of the purging and cleansing and all of your duplicates, that is when they will receive their last duplicate that will hold their glorious body. And that's when I call them up. So if you want to be called up, make sure you know my true salvation of once saved, always saved, and complete the wineskin process through purging and cleansing. And I'm going to teach all of my people until you receive your last duplicate holding your glorious body. Your purging and cleansing is not finished until then. But once they have finished cleansing and purging, getting rid of all their trauma attached to their souls, they are now ready to connect to the highest frequency level of intimacy to reach the Father. Because now they have completed the wineskin process, and they now can be connected to the original flower grid in heaven and connect to the Heavenly Father personally, becoming one with the Father, so they can hear my voice after they have completed the wineskin process. And then I will call them up for training, and I will keep completing the same process over and over again. And when the next person tells the next person, and the next person wakes up the next person, the whole world will now be ready. And you will all become battle ready, connecting back to the original flower grid, connecting all of the 144,000 together as one family on the 12th world, the last chance, before we have the wedding feast and march inside the great tribulation to wake up more. But before the wedding feast, the last world and the 11th world, I will raise the dead and try to wake the people up from Sheol to correct the last duplicate that died before getting to know me. My plan is to try and wake up all, even the ones who died and still rejected me as they were dying. I am a God of grace and love, and I'm going to use all of my witnesses until all of my sheep return home. And once the worlds merge together, when the pole shift happens, that is when the great tribulation starts. But your Father has a surprise, because we still have to wake up the other constellations, the parallel universes, the multiple dimensional worlds. We still have a lot of work to do, so I will turn the dial back, repeating the pre-simulated rapture process as my entire 144,000 from the earthly realms will all become my witnesses and chosen prophets to wake up all the people in all of the other worlds. Because unfortunately, most of those people have never heard of me and never heard of sin. But when the pole shift happens, all the worlds collide together, and that is when sin is going to merge inside their world. And when that happens, they will also have to be saved by recognizing that I, Yeshua HaMashiach, is the only way to the Father. So we will all have to teach them my salvation. We will have to start from scratch, teaching them everything, because they did not know any of this, because evil did not infiltrate most of those worlds. But everyone that is connected to all of the earthly realms, the spiritual, the physical, and the echo interpretation worlds, you are all from the original kingdom. You are all connected either by your spirit or by your particles. But in the end, before we go into the other worlds and before the great tribulation starts, we will have an amazing wedding feast to celebrate the Lamb, and then we will all go on our missions, waking up my people. Stick around for part 27.